Hello, I'm Satomi Ura at Meisei University, Japan. Today, I'm going to present my study about the global talent landscape and the role of English language in Japan. Outline of my presentation include introducing the concept of a global human resource and the role of English as a lingua franca, which influence teaching English practice. I'm going to show a part of data to discuss how to nurture the global active personnel. Let me start with what means by global human resource. In this era of multinational collaboration and mobility, global human resource embody diverse skills and cultural awareness. And from economic, government, and industries, seek those who are responsible for globalization of Japanese company and business activities. And the Education Ministry have a slightly different explanation of description of global human resource. Those who possess the global mindedness understand and show respect to other cultures. And emphasis a high level of foreign language skill to work with a cross-cultural environment and to solve the problem. And there are chronic shortage of global human resource in Japan. Discussion of how to nurture has been ongoing. Global human resources are defined as those who possess basic business skills and communication skill, and to understand the different cultures and have a lot of knowledge and expertise. To act, finding problems and solving problems as a team and take leadership. But there is a criticism. This approach is really neoliberalistic for global education. Other approaches for global human resource who possess competency, knowledge to understand others, skills exercised in the intercultural tasks, and who has attitude to take actions for well-being and world peace. And this notion shared with proposal of UNESCO too. From understanding global human resources in Japanese context, there are two ways looking at nurturing those who can work in global context. One is market-oriented approach, and also the second one is the global active personnel who can contribute to make inclusive and peaceful world. And two major beliefs of influence the country's recognition of language. This is the reason I introduced language ideology because it explained why global human resource shortage happens. English as a valuable tool is a very big ideology among Japanese people, and one of these is educational model takes native speakers role model. English education in Japan employed native speaker centered approach at the beginning, and it continues the present days. So these language ideology and the teaching approach result in influencing learners' belief. And one of the common belief is persistence to correct English. Now, fewer students often claim they have a hesitation to use English, and that has a relation with the lack of global human resource in Japan. So therefore, in this research, I set the research question: how do university pedagogical approach in teaching English influence the development of global competency in students? By revealing learning outcome, hopefully this study gives some qualitative evaluation of university pedagogical approach. And this study took ethnographic approach, observing student engagement from closer view and for a long time. And analysis was made with multiple theories related to educational theory, such as social-cultural theory, communities of practice, and social-cognitive career theory. By taking alternative pedagogical approach, such as project-based learning, and applied the notion of English as a lingua franca. Data was collected in the observation of a project and interview. As I mentioned language ideology earlier, and among Japanese learners of foreign language, the expansion of English can be traced back to native-centered approach. Recent days, alternative ways of viewing English language emerged. English is viewed as a tool to communicate each other to achieve mutual understanding and complete the task or the business context. The concept of ELF influence English teaching too. Conventional English pedagogy often adopted native speaker-centered approach, and learners are taught and aiming native speaker performance. In order to achieve it, correct fragmented four skills are emphasized: pronoun and listening, speaking, reading, writing. Alternative approach is not only having knowledge, its importance of practical use. In order to use it, ultimate active learning from which is project-based learning. Active learning is most emphasized notion in pedagogy, and it increases student engagement. This can be applied in the classroom teaching and more student-centered and takes real-world problem solving is project-based learning. This study takes closer look what's happening in the project. To see the data, I employed multiple frameworks. The project was designed and applied social-cultural theory. This framework is for understanding human cognition and behavior learned from social interaction. In the process of the project, students engage collaborative work while they share the objectives and work with various background people, achieve the goal. This is the embodiment of the communities of practice. And notion of learning in the community who gathered and deepened their knowledge to solve the problem. This working environment itself can be a social element to provide a student to accumulate their learning experience. And their learning experience support developing their self-efficacy, which plays important role to develop their future career. Now, I will share a part of data as an example of a pedagogical approach. And I employed narrative to trace back their growth in university life. Narrative is a story of growth, development of a student, which made from in-depth interview Also, as a backup, I synthesized recorded video to extract the conversation. Two narratives for the time consideration. This presentation, I am sharing part of two student experience, which you can see their actual performance. I'm introducing Natsu and Tomomi. Natsu and Tomomi used English as a lingua franca. Their performance was employed of actual use of English as a tool. Since use of English as a lingua franca often requires make sure the meaning by speech participant. So Natsu and Tomomi to realize meaning of English is socially co-constructed. And product development by collaboration of two different major students, technology knowledge is gained from the work for Natsu and Tomomi. Ideas and presentation skill are main part of their contribution. Working in a team generated the depth knowledge to achieve the goal. And the narrative is a long story, so I can give you shortened explanation. And Natsu was my own one of my research participants who took part in the project-based learning course to promote a sightseeing place in Japan in 2019 by developing software application to attract tourists. Natsu was a student in communication major, so expertise of information technology, participants worked together with informatics student. They developed project mapping application. Final version of the product was project motif, which were created from tourist resource of the target town. They projected motif on plain kimono. There was a chance to present their product to international audience for Natsu and Tomomi.
If you want to be pink.
Do you want to wear pink kimono?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to wear pink kimono.
This projection mapping is project motif on white kimono robes. Natsu explained the idea. User can choose kimono robe color. Let's take a closer look at what the interaction. Natsu said what to if you want to. So Flora helped her. What she wanted to say. If you want to wear a pink kimono. And Natsu replied yes. So Natsu had a difficulty to describe the function which projection mapping audience can choose the color of kimono. So Flora supported her. So you can see the embodiment of use of English as a lingua franca, and also Natsu realized how the meaning is constructed in the social interaction. Then, in the same presentation, Natsu worked with her younger colleague, and here you can see the co-construction meaning again with Tomomi.
Choose a back color, and we can choose a stamp and put it on the yukata.
And looking at the interaction here, when Tomomi got stuck in the middle of explanation, tried to say it in English, but long silence didn't help come up with the exact words. Tomomi sent a sign to seek the help, and cover the missing part to complete the description of the idea. This data was analyzed as English as a tool and co-construction of meaning. So project development process. In this presentation, language was a tool to explain the project, and also this technology expertise sourced from the informatics student. So the knowledge was gained from COP as a team. And these experiences expand their expectation for future performance. So it can be said as self-efficacy. So giving opportunity in the real situation plays an important role. So project-based learning help participants implement their learning outcome from their work. Traditional pedagogy knowledge transfer was main point, but paradigm shifted to practical integration of knowledge and practice can be experienced in project-based learning. In the set of course as a curriculum, PBL is one of the key. However, these opportunities are not suitable for the larger participant. As a curriculum, there are lectures, students acquire the special knowledge, employed active learning. Various approach can be support integration of knowledge and implementation. So for my future study, I would like to explore the relation between role of lectures and project. So only small part of example of student development, but I hope I could give a qualitative evaluation of curriculum. So PBL apparently developed more holistic competency to work in a society. So in order to nurture global active human resource, university needs to constantly give a chance to learning opportunity for students. Thank you very much for your time.